Hello, my friends, and welcome back to the Higher Grounds podcast and today's morning minute meditation. Glad you tuned in today. And today, just giving you a simple thought out of the Word of God. And to start off by saying, in the day and hour in which we live, there are very few people, young or old, who care about following the will of God for their lives. And those who do often struggle in finding out what that will for their life is and how they should do it, and they often worry dreadfully about that very same thing. So that being said, how is it that if I do want to seek the will of God for my life, I don't want to worry about it, how should I find out about that will of God? Well, to quote from the Bible, one of the most well-known passages in the Bible, Psalms 119, 105, "Thy word is a lamp unto my feet and a light unto my path." Now, if you're a Christian, you could probably memorize that, or you could probably recite that verse. You've probably memorized it, or you've at least heard it often quoted, I'd say. And that verse, basically all it's saying is the Bible is a great guidebook for our lives. It tells us what we're supposed to do, what we're not supposed to do, where we're supposed to go, where we're not supposed to go. Everything you need to know for your life is in the Bible. Now, sort of a story to kind of help along my example today that happened to me some time back. I was walking down the road, and I was just reading my Bible, looking down to where I was walking, reading my Bible and praying, just having a time of fellowship with God. And while I was doing that, on one side of me, there was a hayfield, and on the other side, there was a forest. Now, as I was walking, I remember something off on my one side in the forest caught my attention. I can't remember what it was, but something caught my attention. And I looked up from my Bible. I looked up from looking at my path. And I started to pay attention to this thing. Now, it didn't seem like I paid attention to it for a long time, but, I kept on walking, and eventually when I gained back to my senses, I realized I had strayed about 6 feet off my course, off into the hayfield. Now, if I had been like a lot of people do nowadays who get off the path, I could have blamed my surroundings. I could have blamed the road I was on. I could have blamed the thing that took my eyes off my path, and I could have even blamed the Bible that I held in my hand. But the truth of the matter was, it wasn't the Bible's fault. It wasn't the thing that took my eye off the Bible and the road's fault. It wasn't the road's fault. It wasn't my surroundings' fault. It was the fact that I made a conscious decision that I was going to quit looking down at my Bible, which was also pointed at the road I was walking on. And I was going to take my eyes off those two things, and I was going to look at whatever in the world was off there on the side. Now, we often do the same thing. We get our eyes off the Bible. We get our eyes off the path that God has clearly left us to walk on in the Bible, and we blame everything else when we know good and well that's our fault. The simple thought today is pay attention to the Bible. And it will show you the way you need to go. It will show you what you need to do. And it will ultimately show you God's will for your life. It's a simple thought, but I hope you have a blessed day.